So there's going to be two specimens that we are going to experiment with. The first one being the leaves of the Echeveria multicaulis. And I believe that this is one of the ones that are so prolific that it would actually give you plants like pups, not pups, but like plants from the leaf. It will sprout out an actual plant from a leaf. Some echeverias, maybe not so much, or maybe it takes a long time, but this particular echeveria is pretty fast. So this is one that we're going to use for our experiment. This one we are doing is the sedum. I believe this is Adolphii, or something like that. Help me out with the pronunciation of this one. But this is one of the ones that are also very, very fast growers of hops. So we're going to use him too. Okay, from this point, this is the point at which the leaves have already pushed out pups, and now I'm just taking the ones that actually have pups to replant it in a much deeper planter so that the roots can mature and have room to grow deeper into the soil. And this is just a planter. It's actually a mushroom container from the grocery store that I always keep because I know that I'm going to use it someday, and look at me, I'm using it again. So that's a good way of repurposing things. So from this point, this was in April of 2020, and they grew a little bit bigger by November. October is when I actually put them and repotted them in ground in the garden, in my front yard, because I needed more plants to be replanted there. So this is at this point, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 6 months later, they have gotten big enough so I can replant them in ground where they won't be damaged by either the rain or the cold or whatever. However, I did go out there today and have taken pictures and a video of what they look like now in the garden, and I'll show you that in a minute. Some of them were too weak, and most of them were pretty strong, and they lasted this long with all this rain that we've been getting so far in Northern California, and the cold, which went down almost to 34, I think was the coldest we've ever had lately. And they've survived. So this plant right here, in conclusion, is one of the ones that have been prolific for me. The other one is the Holy Gate, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But these are pups. The green one that you see in here right now is actually either a Holy Gate or an Echeveria imbricata or a glauca. Those three that I mentioned are really very prolific with leaf propagation. They're kind of fast growers. Sometimes you will run across an Echeveria plant that you propagate with the leaves, but they don't propagate fast enough, and they don't grow too fast. They don't grow fast. One of the ones that I noticed that would just push out a pup really fast is the topsy-turvy. But with regards to sustainability and being able to survive getting a little bit bigger, I'm not sure if maybe it's my fault that I'm not taking well enough care of them or not. But the topsy-turvy is one of the ones that I've had a little bit of success with, but they didn't really last. Like, you would have like a million of them, and then you end up just having 3 or 4 left, that really survived. So yeah, this is one of the ones that is okay. So the next segment will be the Echeveria multicaulis, which is this one that I'm replanting in the garden. Here they have grown considerably. There is probably a little bit bigger than a quarter. So they have considerably grown because it's in ground, and they usually really love being in the ground because they're so free to stretch their wings and stretch their roots so far that they're just happy that way, even if it's inclement weather. Right now it's raining, so they're still really loving it. Isn't that awesome? When I told you about the Echeveria Holygate, these are the really prolific ones for me. And these are pups. These are actual pups that came out of leaves. And it took a little time. It took at least a year to get it just this big. And so some of them died because of the summertime. I decided to just, not water it 100% so that they can just get really strong, and because of their dormancy as well. If you don't water them in the summer and just like really spritz it every once in a while, they become really strong, and this is like over weathering them or over summering them, overheating them. I don't know what the term is. Here they are a little bit bigger now. This is December of 2020, or no, January 2021. And they're a little bit more mature. And what beautiful plants. This is all that I have left. So out of all those ones, I think I lost maybe 2 or 3 of them, or 4. But what is this Propagation doing in this pot? I don't know, I just stick everything everywhere. So yeah, this is what they look like now. And they're a little bit more robust and bigger because they're stronger. Now let's look at our Sedum Adolphii. See, this is in April after I have laid it out for propagation. And as you can see, most of them already pushed out pups. Only some of them pushed out roots that are pretty much useless. So these guys have sat in my propagation shelf from April until October, until today. And some of them were attacked by mealybugs, so I had to throw them away. So which means that out of all of these propagation leaves, only very few will actually survive, because you have to kind of keep an eye on them all the time. Keep an eye on them, make sure that the mealybugs are not attacking them, because once they get attacked by mealybugs, that's it, forget about it. You can't keep them, just throw them away. So I will show you in the next part what I have left. Dun, 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 dun. That's it, guys. This is all I have left out of the whole tray. This is it. So I don't know. I'm not patient enough to say, hey, I'm just gonna grow these guys. I don't know what the future is for these guys, but for me, probably just going to do cuttings next time. Fight the urge of trying to save every single leaf that comes out of my garden, because that's where all of these things start. It's like I just can't throw them away. I just can't. That's all I have for you guys, and I hope that you have learned something, a little bit of what propagation and how long it takes to propagate either leaf or cutting. And if you learned something from me today, please hit the like and subscribe subscribe button and tell your friends about it, and so that everybody can see what experience I have with propagation by leaf or by cutting. So I hope you guys have a very nice day and come back again for a next houseplant video. So I love you all, and XOXO. Take care. Bye.
Every day